Welcome to another episode of EETV, where we strive to bring you everything in entertainment. Thank you for tuning in for another episode. Since Halloween is right around the corner, I've dealt it appropriate to review the first episode of ChainsawMan. And I'm actually quite surprised at myself because I am a big fan of horror. It's been very steepled within my childhood. I remember the first Nightmare on Elm Street was released on VHS. I snuck to the landing of the stairs and I watched it, and quite frankly, been addicted to horror ever since, even though I didn't sleep for a week. The scene where Johnny Depp was murdered by Freddy by being pulled in his bed, called for his mother, and then the geyser of blood came out the bed, cemented my interest in horror and also scarred me for life and caused me to be awake for more than a week and a half, believing that Frederick Cougar was going to come and murder me. With that being said, I'm quite surprised that this Chainsaw Man came under the radar for me because I thought I'd be more informed. I didn't. With that being said, I'm going to take a different approach from this. I'm not going to read the manga for Chainsaw Man. I'm going to watch the entire anime first, and then I'm going to go back and read the manga because I want to be surprised at the differences, and I'm going to be reacting to those as well. But the first episode, I like it. So far, so good. You know, I like the intro. I like the main character, Denji, working with his devil partner, the orange chainsaw dog, Pochita. I enjoyed that. The first episode gave me the Lassie and Timmy vibes, how they work together, and he treats Pochita nothing but kindness. We got to see the backstory on how they met, how they formed their blood contract, and what Denji is doing to get out of debt caused by his father. So he's being used by the Yakuza as a devil hunter and to complete other tasks to get out of this enormous debt that his father created. And we go through the anime, you know, liking the character, seeing that he's just trying to get to live a normal life. That is hammered from the beginning. Like, he doesn't want to be rich and powerful, and he just wants to eventually have a girlfriend, live a normal life, and just enjoy life. That's all he wants to do. So right from the beginning, because I didn't even read the manga yet, right from the beginning, if you've only seen the anime, that lets you know, it makes him, Denji, very relatable. Seeing as he just wants to lead a normal life, because that's hammered home repeatedly. I like the backstory that we got between him and Pochita, how they basically involved together, just going through work as a lumberjack and then working their way up to become devil hunters. You go throughout the episode, and the way Denji is killed is just like something that I think George Romero would be proud of. The way, you know, he gets stabbed by a zombie and you think he's gonna make it out in time, just because the way you've seen other anime and manga that do this. But he doesn't make it out. He gets stabbed and he stumbles around, and just he sees the exit, and just before he gets there, oh no, they chop him up, literally stab him to death. You hear his agonizing cries as the zombies repeatedly stab him by a command of the zombie devil. There's this big mass hanging through the ceiling that's also nightmare fuel. And me appreciating that, you know, I've seen different movies, the way the zombies were, and having seen all of George Romero's films just shows, like, if you haven't known, in George Romero's films, especially in Day of the Dead, the second entry, it was showing how people were a slave to consumerism, and even after their death, they still wanted to get in this mall and shop because that's all they knew when they're alive. Now, seeing all these Yakuza members, how they knew, because it was revealed by the zombie devil that they knew they were going to become zombies, but they willingly did it because they're a slave to power, because they want more of it. so they can climb up the Yakuza ladder. So that's what I thought when I saw that. So after he's chopped up, and they literally just throw him away like a piece of garbage. I was like, my gosh. I mean, they're really pulling on the heartstrings, showing protagonists go through literal living hell before their rebirth. So Petita, I'm sorry I mispronounced it, finally speaks to him and says, I'm going to give you my heart so I can see your dream. So then we have Denji finally becoming the Chainsaw Man. So after giving his powers from his partner, he literally he's become his heart. So he's right in the center of his chest, and the ripcord, which was Petita's tail, he pulls on that as the zombies are gnawing on him because they were given commands by the zombie devil to chew him up, and then after that he won't be able to become alive anymore. He enters his Chainsaw Man form, becomes a fiend from the little bit I read. He goes back and starts mercilessly attacking everybody, and you get a nice little shot in him chopping up the old Yakuza member, the old man with the hat and the glasses that is basically his handler for all those years. So he chops them all up, having protruding chainsaws coming out of both of his arms, and his head also being a little chainsaw equipped with the glowing orange eyes within the vents of the chainsaw on his head. I like that. And his teeth being literally sharp. His teeth was sharp beforehand when you saw him as a human, but you know, when he comes back in his rebirth, he no longer has his eye patch, and he's going about ripping away everything. So you can use that as a metaphor of him cutting ties with his old past, because all the Yakuza members were zombies, and he literally cut ties to all the Yakuza members, and now he becomes his own man. And I had to do my research because, like I said, I only read literally one paragraph to find out what a hybrid double human is called, so I could say that the video of Safine, the young lady from the public safety organization, she finds him in the middle of this massacre and saying that someone had beat him to it. All these bodies are on the floor of this abandoned factory, and she tells him he has two choices, that, you know, basically she can kill him and he could die, or he can basically start with them. And that's the one thing I did not like. I mean, I have to watch the rest of the anime, so I can't say I didn't like it, but he's literally being treated just like a dog all over again, like he was by the Yakuza, because they were saying like, we're gonna give you food and then you can kill for us, just at that last line. But I'm gonna see the rest of this plays out, but I just thought it appropriate to review this first episode of Chainsaw Man. Seeming it is the spooky season, and they released this right at the right time, and it's like, oh, this is nice, you know. So me being a big horror fan, I enjoyed it so far. I mean, if any of you comment on this and you're getting into spoiler territory, I'm just not going to read your comment, because literally, like I said before, I'm going to do the reverse of everything else. I'm going to consume the entire anime, and then I'm going to go back with the manga and then put all the pieces together. Well, that was my review on the Chainsaw Man on Crunchyroll. Tell me what you think about this series so far. If you've seen it, like, share, and subscribe if you feel like it. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for tuning in.